So hi everybody, and welcome once again to my video blog. Today is the 7th day after my facial feminization surgery. So I had it last Thursday. It's Thursday again. It's been a week. So far my healing's been going pretty well. I think, as you can see, when I came out of surgery, I had pretty bad bruising under my eyes, and I looked terrible. I had horrible swelling. One of my eyes was almost closed, and I had this drain that was plugged behind my right ear that went under my neck to gather fluids and all that. And I had this huge bandage, and now it's all been removed, and the swelling is going like amazingly fast. It's barely visible now. You can only see a little bit of bruising here under my eyes and here, and the tint of my skin is a little bit yellow. But other than that, it's mostly swelling now that needs to go away, and of course the surgery scars are still visible, but they're also healing pretty well. So my healing's pretty well. But the main difference today is that I'm finally back at home. I'm back in Montreal. Erin and I left Glenview yesterday, and we flew from the Midway airport in Chicago at 2 p.m. through this company called Porter, and everything went actually very fine. Unsurprisingly, I passed everywhere that we went at the airport. Everybody perceived me as a woman, which is nice. It was the goal of the FFS, but I wasn't very surprised. What was particularly nice was that people perceived that I was, wounded, and people were especially nice to me. We went to the ladies' bathroom at the airport, and we were waiting in line, and a little girl came out of one of the bathroom cabinets, and she held the door open for me. And once we were on one of our flights, the flight attendants came to ask me, if I needed special attention, and Erin told them I needed soft foods, and they went to look through their food supplies to find the best that they could have, and we had some nice orange juice and tomato juice and little cakes on the plane and all that. We were very nicely treated. During the whole day yesterday we were flying, we were getting back here, I was on some kind of energy high. And it seemed like I had a lot of energy, so I didn't feel tired at all. And when we arrived at the airport in Montreal, we had a connection flight. It was in two parts. We went first from Chicago to Toronto, and then from Toronto to Montreal airport. When we arrived in Montreal, my cousin picked us up and drove us back here at my place. For those of you who don't know, I still live with my mother. I do not live with Erin as of yet. But Erin spent the night over, and took some time to instruct my mom in how to take care of me, because there's some cleaning of the wounds that needs to be done in some areas that are not necessarily easy to access for me, like behind my ears. But overall it went pretty well. But yeah, physically the healing's going pretty well. But like I said, today I had some high of energy for some reason. Today I've been feeling a little bit more tired. I think the tiredness is catching up to me a little bit. I haven't been able to sleep all that well in the last few days because I need to take painkillers every couple hours, and every couple hours I wake up because of the pain in my throat and in my jaw. And then I need to take more pills, so I can only sleep in chunks of 3-4 hours at a time. And when Erin slept here last night, she had several nightmares also, so not the best night sleep ever. So yeah, I've been feeling a little bit tired today. I've been catching up with all the emails that were sent to me. A bunch of people sent me emails, a bunch of people sent me messages on YouTube, comments. You people have been very supportive, and I appreciate that. I had to take care of a few issues, like my credit card expired, I got a new one, so when I got back here, my cell phone didn't work anymore, and other stuff didn't work anymore, which I had to fix. But yeah, at this point right now, I'm just trying, to get adjusted to living here again, get some rest for today. I'm cutting down on the pain medication because they're kind of addictive, they're narcotics. They're some derivative of codeine, and I don't want to get addicted to them. I don't want them to cloud my thinking too much. So I'm cutting down on them progressively. I'm down to 1/4 pill every 4 hours from initially 2 pills every 4 hours. So that's going okay. But yeah, my appetite is not so great, Today I ate a reasonable quantity, but I'm still not eating very much. I don't feel very hungry because those meds mess up my stomach, I still have to take antibiotics in addition to the painkillers and also acetaminophen. So it impacts my stomach, it impacts my appetite. But I'm trying to eat fruits and calcium again, vitamins, to help my healing. Well, I've got to say though, one of the things that's been making me a little bit sad, maybe you can tell I'm a little bit sad today, it's because, I got here and Erin and my mother have both been very supportive of me. They've both been amazingly supportive and helpful, but they both shared this feeling with me that, they don't recognize me, they don't recognize my face, and they feel when they look at me like I'm a different person. And I can understand that, humans are a very visual species. We associate faces with people. If you think of, Albert Einstein, you see a picture of Albert Einstein in your head. You think of one of your friends, you see their faces in your head. We associate people and identities with faces. And so Erin and my mother are both having kind of a little shock here because they find that my face is so different that it's like I'm a different person even though they know it's me. And they have a little bit of difficulty adjusting to that. I'm hoping that they'll adjust over time. Most likely they will. Especially since I'm still very swollen, and I expect that as I get less swollen, my face will start looking a little bit more like it used to. But it's also hard for me to deal with, So that's kind of the issues I'm having to deal with right now. Not only the physical discomfort that I'm experiencing, which I'm mostly getting over, but also the psychological issues of, how my girlfriend and my mother and my family and my friends are going to react to this. How are my friends going to adjust to this? All the people I know, are they all going to feel like I'm a different person? Is it going to be like my relationships with everybody I know are rebooted, starting back from zero or something, in a strange way? I hope I don't lose Erin. I hope she doesn't leave me because of this, because I love her. But anyways, I think it's hard for everybody, and it's making me realize, it's yet another issue that you don't think of when you get FFS. And I talked about it a little bit in my last blog, but I think it's even more of an issue now that I'm realizing. When I go back to school next week, I'm wondering how people are going to react when they see my new face, and they might not recognize me. And so they might freak out a little bit. So I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to deal with that. But yeah, you people probably knew that I wasn't completely full-time before I went to Paris. I started being full-time in Paris. Now, you cannot officially consider me full-time. There's no way I'm going to go out wearing male clothes ever again. I think I'm pretty much guaranteed to pass, physically speaking. When I was in Paris and I didn't even have FFS, I was already passing pretty much 100% of the time. At least it seemed. So, there's going to be another big change in my life. Well, all of this is stressful, and on top of that, you know, I have to get back to working on my thesis because, as those of you who follow my blog know, I'll be starting a PhD program in September, so I have until the end of August to finish writing my thesis. So that means, you know, starting tomorrow I have to get writing, to start some serious planning, to do at least a couple hours a day of writing on a computer. That's a little bit problematic for me because I can't wear glasses, they can't sit on my nose. So I duct taped some glasses to a pair of headphones in some kind of weird rig so they don't touch my nose, and I've been able to use the computer today. It's been okay comfortable, but yeah, I'm a little bit anxious about my thesis too, obviously. This is all causing me an enormous amount of stress. But yeah, to conclude today's video blog, I've had a viewer question on the last blog what exactly are the procedures that I had done. Well, I think I've talked about it before, but you know, I've had pretty much everything that Dr. Zukowski can perform except for the lip lift. So basically, I've had forehead reshaping, you know, forehead burring of the brow bones, reducing of the brow bones, lifting of the eyebrows, scalp advancement. That's when they take your hair and they reduce it. So now I don't have as much, you know, as much of a balding hairline as I used to have. It's more feminine now. I also had a MedPore polymer implant in my right cheek to compensate for the asymmetry in my face. Dr. Zukowski pushed really hard for me to get this. Which is also why my right cheek is more swollen than my left cheek, because there's been more work done here. I've also had fat injections in my lips and in my cheeks. The fat injections, they took fat from my stomach and they injected it in my lips and in my cheeks to make them look more feminine. They've also reshaped my chin and my jaw, and they reduced my Adam's apple. So those are pretty much all the procedures that I had done. It's quite a lot. And yeah. So I apologize if I don't look super happy today. You know, I admit that I'm a little bit down. I'm a little bit tired. I'm a little bit, you know, realizing that what I've done is a huge change, and not just for me, but for the people around me, and it's going to have a huge impact on my life. And you know, I really hope I did the right decision, but at this point it's just really striking. I didn't think it would be that big. You know, and it's not like when somebody gets SRS, you know, when you get SRS, it's something that you and your friends know about, but nobody can see. But this, what I just did, everybody's going to see, and it's going to change the way everybody interacts with me. So it's going to be a surgery that has a huge impact. And I just don't know how things are going to go. So I really hope things are going to go well. But I'm going to hang on, and I'm going to do everything I can not to fall into a depression. Because Dr. Zukowski warned me. He warned me that a lot of patients after surgery, sometimes they have a short period of depression. So, you know, I've been trying my best to eat a lot of proteins, to eat some foods that are said to help fight depression. And I'm gonna do my best to take care of myself well. Unfortunately, Erin's gonna come see me tomorrow. So, yeah, I hope she adjusts well to all of this too. Okay, so that's it for today, people. If you have any comments, of course, feel free to post them. Feel free to make video responses. Bye bye.